30 years ago, Nancy Anthony, mother of 4 very young children, a new PhD, and a community volunteer, was looking for something to do.
No qualifications whatsoever for the position, other than I'd been a volunteer in the community. I'd worked on the Library Commission for several years and sort of enjoyed that. So I just sort of had to make my skill set work for that job. I'll have to say, initially we did do quite a bit of work in trying to get the database together of the donors and begin to work with donors and provide some reporting and some things that maybe hadn't been done in the past. So maybe that was an initial part of it. But in general, it was just really more being able to be organized and understand how an organization might be developed, and just kind of learned as you go along. It was probably fortunate that probably not anybody else really understood what a community foundation was supposed to do either, so I had a couple of years to try to figure it out before anybody asked me too many important questions.
Keen at seeing potential, she'd found a believer in John Kirkpatrick.
He started the foundation with the idea that it would encourage other people to make contributions. He really wasn't terribly committed to any one particular kind of thing, but he felt like that the donors in the community really needed to be encouraged to step up and not only make gifts now, but to think about leaving things in their wills, or leaving money in their wills or trust to do that. So he really wanted to encourage that, and he felt like that the Community Foundation model was a great way to do that. So we sort of just took that model and just to see what would happen. So.
During her lifetime of service, Nancy worked alongside her team, board, and trusted advisors to grow the foundation's assets to more than $800 million. She started with $19 million.
Good investment performance, which I'll have to attribute to the trustees of the Community Foundation, is something that they have taken very seriously and work it very hard and want to provide a good return for the endowment funds that are here, as well as the donors that have decided that Oklahoma City is their community, and they want to make sure that something goes on beyond their lifetime to support the things that they're interested in. And that's one of the things I think we try to emphasize about endowment. It's about the future. It's about having things continue, that maybe you can support those during your lifetime, but if you can make a contribution to endowment, then your contribution will continue beyond your own lifetime and will continue the things that you're really interested in for a long period of time.
In 2014, the foundation lifted our community through more than $29 million in gifts. Money, mostly through endowments, that went toward everything from medical equipment to reading programs to parks and fitness.
Because every day, if someone says, how can you do the same thing for 30 years? I said, because every day is a different day. I mean, if the foundation is so different than it was 30 years ago, and every day we have a new donor that comes in and wants to do something different, or there's a new opportunity to help someone in the community, and we've done a wide variety of things over the years, and I think that's what keeps it interesting. The community changes, the donors change, and you have a great opportunity to be able to help people figure out what they want to do.
And though the focus of the Oklahoma City Community Foundation is local, the bombing and the state's natural disasters have thrust Nancy Anthony into a role as a national expert on trauma-related giving and the need for extended services.
So after the Murrah building, I think we had a significant goal of trying to help all those families overcome what happened. You can't make up for it. You couldn't pay off. There's no amount of money that would compensate them for what happened, and nor could charitable dollars be used for compensation. But what we could do is try to figure out how to help them overcome that and go forward in the best way that was for them.
In addition to her work at the foundation, Nancy has been passionate about our libraries.
I've been on the Library Commission for 38 years. And I've been the chairman, I think, 8 different times, and some older than younger. And so, but I feel very strongly about it. I think we have a wonderful library system. I think it's one of the best investments of the tax dollar that we have in the community, because it serves so many people and provides so many people an opportunity. So I'm very, very committed to that personally, and want to make sure that continues on.
A transplant to Oklahoma, Nancy Anthony says her success was simply about blooming where she was planted.
We look for opportunities to help people improve, not necessarily try to find problems to solve. I think that there always will be problems. There always will be issues that are not good. So we try to look for opportunities to improve rather than solve problems, because generally you never really ever solve a problem. just kind of move it to a different location or change it one way or the other. But if you focus on opportunities, I think in general you feel better about the direction you're going, and maybe you have a better chance of accomplishing your goals.
For dedicating her life's work to bettering our city, please welcome Lifetime Achievement Award recipient Nancy Anthony to the Oklahoma Commerce and Industry Hall of Honor.